Hi, everybody. Sorry about the slight delay. We were just having technical difficulties here in the world of laundry. How are you? I have a ton of questions, but we have somebody here and she's buying a book and I'm signing it. It's for, well, I'm not going to say because it's a birthday. It's coming up. I don't want her to know, but she's going to love it. I can tell you that. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So we have a bunch of questions. Thanks. We have a ton of questions from last week. So I'm going to jump into them. But if you have a question, you just pop it in. So there we go. You just ask away. Sorry. Okay, there we are. Put it in the chats. Okay. We had ink stains. It was ink stain week. We had 3 different questions about ink stains. So I'm going to put them all together. How do I get ink stain out of leather? How do I get ink stain out of my blouse? And then how do I remove an ink stain? I'm going to tell you because it's all the same trick. The trick is you're going to use Amedex. Amedex is going to lift the ink out. And once you get it out, well, hello. You haven't been on in a while, so hi. So anyway, how do I get ink stains out? So use Amedex and then remove the Amedex. And you can do that with soap and a brush, but you want to use the Amedex first. Any favorite fall scented products in the store? Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's simmered cider candles. There is the CC from Home Court is sandalwood, and I think it kind of smells fall-y. And then, of course, there's Fraser Fir, which to me smells fall into holiday. I don't know. I guess in Minnesota it smells more fall, but there's all of those things, and I love them. They're pretty great. And I did switch to CC, but I gotta tell you, I still love the basil from Home Court. I use that a lot. Okay. My wife got grease from the escalator on her dress. That will come out with oily soap. So put your stain solution or put your spot remover on it, rub it in, let it rest. The key to it is let it rest and then scrub it out with soap and a brush. What do you think about no rinse delicates wash like soak? Okay, so here's a question. Here's a comment about soak. I don't like the idea that it doesn't rinse out. It's clean. I bought some and you tried it actually. My needlepoint store sold it. I think maybe they still do. It's clean. I just don't like the idea that it doesn't rinse. I'm into everything that rinses out. I prefer it to rinse. Hello, Dad, I guess is the only response back. So my dad's on. So, what do you use the vodka spray for? That's actually one of my questions on here. So I use it for odor removal on laundry because it'll take the odor out of anything. So if you, go to a restaurant and you leave and you smell like fajitas, you can spray it with vodka. If you stand next to a smoker, you can spray it with vodka. What else do I love the vodka for? I clean my countertops with it. It's one of my favorite cleaners around the house because it's antibacterial and it's safe for granite and it's safe for stone. So that's kind of unique. So the next is, how do I launder dry clean only? Well, this one, is near and dear to my heart, right? How do I launder dry clean only? I wash it like I do everything else. The trick is I use soap. I don't use detergent. Detergent isn't always safe on dry clean only fabrics because it leaves behind a residue. And sometimes the designer specifies dry clean only because they want the silk to stay silky. They want the cashmere to stay soft. But you'll find if you use soap, it's even more silky. It's even more soft. But detergent won't give you those same results. How long do the wool dryer balls last? I've been adding some essential oils and they're getting discolored. They last forever. I mean, I have some that are like 13 years old and they're fine. Here's a fun thing you can actually do. You can actually throw them in the laundry with your wash and wash them and throw them in the dryer. If the oils are getting them too discolored and you don't like it, I'd replace them. But as far as how long they last a very, very long time. I know at least 12 years because that's what we're going on. It says, do not tumble dry. Is it safe to air fluff? Mixed question here. Probably. If it said do not tumble dry, it may not want the heat. And if you kind of know, I mean, you know your clothes, right? If you know it doesn't want the heat, then yeah, the air fluff would be fine. If they don't want it to tumble because they don't want that abrasion, like if it was like a cotton sweater and it said do not tumble dry, they don't want it to abrade because it'll lose that finish, at which point I would lay it flat to dry. My wash clothes look dingy. Okay, I know this one. I've had this issue myself. They look dingy because they still have soap in them, or they still have moisturizer, or they still have whatever from your face in it. So if they are dingy because they still have oil in them, every so often wash them in sudsy ammonia, and that will take care of it. Wool balls don't last forever when your Yorkie runs off with them. Yeah, but you get to have a Yorkie. So you get to have a Yorkie. So, you know, come on. That's so good. Who'd care? I love them. They're so funny. I use Goo Gone to remove a stain. Hold on. When I washed the item, the whole load smelled like Goo Gone. Oh, no, Judy. What can I do? I would use something stronger. I would probably add vinegar to the wash, and that would lift it out. And that's actually one of our questions. Where do I use vinegar in the wash? I have really hard water. If you're going to use vinegar, I would use it where the fabric softener goes. Looking to move house and has wood laminate floors. Can't find in your book how to mop. The best thing for laminate is just vinegar and water. Just use vinegar and water and don't use anything else, and you'll be really, really happy with the results. If you need to use a little drop of dish soap every once in a while, that's totally fine. Do you like washing soda? Can you recommend a good soap sheet? I cannot recommend a soap sheet, Stephanie. I'm not a fan of them. They contain microplastics, and I'm just not into it. But washing soda, I love. I will tell you, you can use washing soda and baking soda interchangeably. If you go to the grocery, washing soda is cheaper. If you go to the warehouse, baking soda is cheaper. Use them interchangeably. Use 1/4 to 1/2 cup per load. And that's actually a question that's in here, because one of my questions is, when do you use borax? I don't use borax. I use washing soda. Do you use Febreze? I never use Febreze. It's too chemically for me, and I get the same results with vodka. And, you know, does it matter if it's white or apple cider vinegar? I use white vinegar. It's so much cheaper. It's just so much cheaper. The husband bought the sheets. Oh, Stephanie, they're not the worst thing in the world, but I don't like them. Do you recommend pre-soaking whites in sodium percarbonate prior to washing? You absolutely can, Catherine. I don't usually do it, but you can. I have some like moms who have sports gear, and they do, because they just get so ground in dirt and so sweaty. Best way to remove spaghetti sauce from a cashmere sweater. I think I answered this for somebody a couple weeks ago. You spray it with vinegar and water. Then you put and blot it because you want to get the oil off. Then you put some oily soap on it. You let it sit a couple hours and then just run really hot water through it and it'll be gone. Okay. I have a white film on my dark clothes. That's too much detergent. Use less detergent. What I would probably do the next time is I would not use any detergent. I would put vinegar in where the rinse aid go, or where the fabric softener goes, because of course we don't use fabric softener. I would put vinegar there, and I would just run the cycle with nothing, because you've already got the soap in the clothes. You don't need any more. I'm using less detergent, and my clothes have a lingering BO smell. Okay, let me tell you. More detergent did not get that out. It just masked it because you were using a detergent that had a fragrance. So you're going to use less detergent, and you're going to add some oxygen bleach. So use your 2 tablespoons and then use your oxygen bleach on top of it. It'll be gone. Washing microfiber cloths, do they need to be separate using soap flakes? They do not. They need to be separate when you do detergent because it coats the fabric and it's not as good. Because the soap flakes do not leave a residue, you can absolutely just wash them along. Okay, I used this question. I answered this. The ketchup trick safe for copper tarnish. I have used the ketchup trick on copper pots and it's worked just fine. Well, Stephanie, that's so nice. I appreciate you. I appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate getting to talk about what I love. It makes me really happy. So thank you. That was very sweet of you. Vintage napkins. Okay, super into this already. Some yellow, tried soaking in water with oxygen bleach, then laundered still yellow. What should I do? To be honest, if they're yellowed, oxygen bleach is going to lift it out. Maybe you just need to use a little stronger. I don't know what you're using. Are you using ours or using like OxyClean? If you're using OxyClean, you probably need a little more. If you're using ours, I just do it a second time. Kristen, when washing microfiber towels, how much ammonia do I need to add this to get the sour mildew out? About a half a cup. About a half a cup. Well, Stephanie, you are so nice, and I love laundry too. So, the pimento cheese recipe, I've actually decided to make it a video. I'm going to make a video making it. I'm going to do it very, very soon. Okay, I have another one. Did the laundry poster ever come to fruition? It's in progress. Okay, Jill, if you're using my oxygen bleach, use 2 tablespoons and soak them in the sink, and they should come clean. If at that point they don't, you might need to use bluing. Maybe somebody bleached them. This question I just love. I sort, my friends don't. Who is right? Oh, come on. Of course you're right. Your friends don't sort. They probably all look dingy. What do you recommend to clean a silk rug? I would clean it with soap and water and very little amount of it. I would put it in a rug shampooer so it shot it down and pulled it right back out, and use one that's like a little green machine, which will be a little more gentle. Don't get one of those at Lowe's that like you roll across the carpet. It's too harsh. Little green machine where you can control and it'll be fine. I did it to a silk rug and had pretty great results with it. My mother puts a little curry powder in her pimento cheese sandwiches. Delicious. My granny, I'll tell you a really funny story. There used to be this place in Lexington that had great pimento cheese, and they had a secret ingredient in it. And I took my granny dude there one time, and I said, they have this great pimento cheese, and they have a, secret ingredient. And we sit down, she bites into it. She said, they put onion juice in it. It has onion juice. And she just says it out loud without thinking, because she was like that. And the woman just glared at her, and that was their secret, was onion juice. Yeah, this is kind of a fire round. I had so many questions and I wanted to go through them. We're actually going to run a little bit over because I want to get them answered. How do I get out dog drool? It will come out with soap and a brush. Ink. When do I use borax? I answered this. I use washing soda instead. You use it as a booster. When the clothes are really dirty, you add a little more. Seth, how would you use bluing with a front-loading washer? Follow the instructions for your washer. You actually add a couple of drops to a bucket of water and you put it in. You pour all the water in. You have to kind of do it as a separate cycle because you can't open the washer and add it. So what you do is you just do it as its own cycle. A musty, moldy blanket, I would add oxygen bleach and toss it in the washer and it will come right out. For the oven, okay, this is a trick I just learned, and I love it. You take a baking pan and you put it in the oven with about 2 inches of water, a fourth a cup of vinegar, and a drop of dish soap, and you bake it for like 10 minutes, and then you turn the oven off and you let it sit until it cools, and then you open it and you just wipe it out. I love that. How do I like my new washer? I'm madly in love with it. I can't wait to show it to you. I'm going to do a video about it, but I actually, well, I'll tell you. I mean, it's sort of secret, but I'll tell you. I was invited to the factory, so I'm not going to debut the washer until after October 8th or October 9th. I'm going to the factory to see how it was made, and then I'll have a lot more information because I can give you the technical details on it then. But I love it so much, I can't stand it. How do I get out an espresso martini? Love this question. Spray it with vinegar and water, scrub it with soap and a brush, and wash it. It'll come right out. Where did I buy my vanilla beans? This is from a video a while ago when I made vanilla extract, and I bought them from Amazon, but you can buy them from the Vanilla People. Coffee stain on a sweater, pour really hot water through it. And we talked about vodka in the kitchen. Did you get your new oven yet? I did, and I love it too. I love it a lot. And you use your steam cleaner, Seth? I've always used my steam cleaner on my oven. An appliance person once told me that the worst thing you ever can do to your oven is use the self-cleaning cycle. That's when they have the most trouble, so I just have never used it. I use my steam cleaner too. But I like this new trick of baking it because, like, sometimes when I make a pizza and the gunk goes to the bottom, and I forget to put a cookie sheet in, this works and I don't have to get out the steam cleaner. But when I want to deep clean, I'm steam cleaner all the way. How to get the burnt smell out of a warming stuffed animal? My hubby put it in flaxseed. Oh, yikes. I would spray it with vodka and hope. The problem is if he cooked the flaxseed, there's not going to be any way, I'm afraid, to get that out. What you could do, though, it'd be super easy to just snip a seam, like maybe a ½ inch, and dump the flaxseed out and just dump more in, because you can get it at like Whole Foods or something. You can also use rice for that. Dina, you know what? You're right. You cannot use self-cleaning when you have birds. But the steam cleaner is great if you want to go at it. Put the nozzle on that looks like a little gun and just go at it. I used the pad once, like the little pad that goes with my steam cleaner. And I didn't really love it because it's greasy. So I used this gun, take out the racks, use the gun, and then wipe it out, because that way you can always switch to a clean part of a towel. You can wash the towel out, but if your oven is really gunky, use the towel you're getting ready to throw away. It'll just make it so much easier. Yeah, Seth, I'm with you. The steam answers everything. Oh my gosh, we ran 4 minutes over, but we answered so many questions. Okay, super fun. This was a fun day, and somebody told me I talk too fast, and I was really trying to go slower, but I get so excited. I just get so excited. There's so many questions. So, oh, that's so nice, Dina. We are neighbors and we're catching up. We're just kind of all neighbors. We're sort of internet neighbors. Oh, do you use the bristle attachment? It's funny. I guess you could. I just never think about the bristle attachment. I just use the little gun, and then, because the steam just always loosens it up, and then I just wipe it out. But I use a terry cloth towel, so I guess maybe I'm getting the abrasion from the loops in the terry cloth. You're getting it from the brush. All right, everybody. So you all have the best weekend and the best week next week. I will see you next week. And I will go back and look for the pics. I didn't see them. I'm sorry about that. So anyway, I'll see you next week. And I'm sending out something kind of fun tomorrow. I'll go ahead and tell you. My YouTube channel is going to hit 10,000 subscribers probably today. And so we're going to do a giveaway. So when you get the email tomorrow, open the YouTube video. There's going to be a couple of videos, but there will be one about this giveaway. Follow along. We're going to give away an essentials kit with a disco ball. So that'll be sort of fun. So I hope everyone